When it comes to these community and industry terrorists, people have been trying to warn us for years, but somehow everyone just ignore it. And when I say everyone, I mean most people. When it comes to Diddy, people have been trying to tell us for years. And even Wendy Williams, for example, she has been trying to tell us things for years. She got attacked for it. Diddy sent a group of girls to beat her up, things like that. Yeah, but no one really cared. And those people who put themselves in danger to tell the truth, they often don't even get hurt. People don't even pay attention to that. People just think it's a joke, or they try to tell them, you shut up, you're just looking for attention, it's just for money grab, things like that. And it's just not worth it to just put yourself out there as a victim, knowing that you're not gonna get justice, knowing that people are not going to believe you anyway. And that's why a lot of people just choose to not put themselves out there. Even Cassie, when she started speaking out, I don't think she was speaking out. I think when she filed that lawsuit, people were saying that it's a money grab. She's looking for attention because her career is dead, things like that. People were still trying to defend Diddy. And for years, people have been speaking up, but no one wanted to hear them. Diddy has been a mean person for years. He had a show where he used his power and influence to bully those smaller artists, to humiliate them. Smaller artists who are looking for a come up, he was humiliating them. He even had another show recently. I think it's called The Four. I think some people might have seen this show. It's called The Four. And he was very mean to these contestants. Like he had a very like diva like attitude. He was very mean to these contestants, and people were applauding him. People like seeing him humiliating and humbling those upcoming artists, those new artists, talking down on them. And the way that the show was set up, he even made the other contestants, like the contestants, to diss each other, to talk down on each other, to drag each other, to humiliate each other, just for his fun, like just for fun. That's how much of a mean person he is. And I realized that society has a thing for mean people. Society has a thing for petty people. Whenever they see somebody being mean, they think it's cool. They think it's funny. They call that a diva. They call that a gangster. They're just proud of that person until it becomes too late. Our community is so cherished of divas, of gangsters, of mean spirited people, whether it's man or woman, whether it's Rihanna, Naomi Campbell, 50 Cent, Diddy, Kanye West, all those cocky, arrogant people. And I know I'm gonna get dragged for saying some of these names, especially Rihanna, because her fans don't play. Like her fans, they are very protective of her. You're not allowed to criticize or say anything about her. But Rihanna is a mean spirited person. She has been attacking, calling other women misogynistic slurs in the past. And I don't believe people change like that. I think people can act like they change, but deep down they still, behind closed doors, I think they still say those nasty things behind closed doors. And I know these people, they are so quick to defend their favorite billionaire, who is probably calling them broke bitches like she did to Tiana Taylor. Just imagine what she will call you. If she called Tiana Taylor, who was probably making at least $1 million or a couple $1,000 at the time that she told her that, just imagine what she will call you. Those same fans who are so quick to defend her, so quick to give their lives for her, she will probably call them broke bitches. Yeah. So this community just adore these mean spirited people. Like whenever they see them, they be like, oh yes, queen, I love the sassiness, I love this, I love that, until it becomes too late. Naomi Campbell, I'm sorry for mispronouncing her name. I usually say Naomi Campbell. I have an accent. So, Naomi Campbell, I don't know if I'm still saying it wrong. She has been a mean spirited person also. Tyra Banks, who is also another mean spirited person, has been calling Naomi out, but people have been thinking that Tyra is the problem. I think Tyra is petty too. Like I see how Tyra interact with people, even in her show. Like when she had that show, I'm not even talking about the America's Next Top Model thing. I'm talking about like the talk show she had where she would invite those celebrities. She will be acting like she's nice to them, but at the same time trying to shade them, just like Wendy Williams used to do. Like, trying to throw like stuff to shade. That's to me. This is what a shady person is. It's just petty, and I don't want to have any friends like that, or even a family member. I have those. I have family members like that, like who would give you a compliment, a backhanded compliment, but will diss you at the same time. They give you that compliment, but at the same time, they throw a shade at you. I had a friend like that though, but yeah, we haven't talked a long time ago. I don't care. Like, it was a friend that who used to throw shades at other people. A gay friend, he would try to. I'm sorry, I know that's out of subject, but he would try to throw shade at anybody, anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. He would try to belittle every other gay. He was like the favorite. He always wanted to be the pick me, the best gay. Like he always wanted to prove that he's not like the other ones, things like that. And he would try to belittle everyone else or try to shade everything about you, your musical taste, every little thing. So Tyra Banks to do that, not the same thing, but she used to invite those celebrities and try to shade them. And she even did that to Beyonce in her show. And I saw the comments where people have been saying that that's why Beyonce doesn't do interviews anymore. Yes, I think all of these ladies are mean spirited people. Tyra, Naomi Campbell, and Tyra has been calling Naomi Campbell out for being shady, and people have been saying that Tyra is the problem. But Naomi, she's a manipulator. She knows how to act cool, how to manipulate people into thinking that she is not the issue. But I believe everything Tyra said about her. I believe she did that because when I was watching a clip, there is like this popular clip where Naomi was yelling at this white woman, telling her that she will never be in her level. She is not this, she's not that. And people was like, yes, queen, things like that. But this is just mean. This is just mean and petty, bitter. If the white woman did that same thing to her, if a white person did that same thing to her, who a world war would have started. People would have been saying this is racist, this is that, but because she's a black woman and she did that to a white woman, it's just queen behavior. Yeah, it's not mean at all. It's just queen behavior. It's just diva behavior. But these are the same type of behaviors that we accept, and then later people come complain about, everyone come complaining about until it's too late, until they have already done so much damages and it's already too late. Whenever the victims come out and complain, people just throw whatever they say under a rug. Like they don't want to listen to that. People always try to shame those victims. Oh, we don't want to hear that. We don't care. Yeah. And many people have been trying to expose these celebrities, but yeah, no one want to hear that. Even when it comes to Beyonce and Jay-Z, people have been exposing certain things, putting their lives in danger. Even Beyonce, like her drummer, have been exposing certain things, and people don't take that serious at all. People think she is crazy. People think she should not even be talking, and they just ignore it completely. Oh, Beyonce is an angel. She cannot do any wrong. And this lady, her life is probably in danger. They probably threaten her. Not probably, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have, because I don't think they would let that go like that. not somebody at Beyonce or Jay-Z's level. I don't think they would just let that slide like that. I think this lady has been punished somehow. Yeah, for what? For nothing. Like she did not get nothing out of it. She did not get justice. She did like for what? Like you putting your life in danger for nothing. And that's why many victims will not come out to speak up against these celebrities. R. Kelly has been exposed for years for dealing with minors, being on little girls, underage girls, things like that. And no one really cared until the feds actually step in. And that's the thing. Until the feds actually step in, these men, they are going to do great in the industry. And it's the same thing for Diddy. Even though people have been trying to expose him for years, he's been accused of even murdering his own wife. Yeah, I say accused. I have no proof of that. I don't know anything about that. But he's been accused of it, and people still don't care about that. People don't even question that. They still blindly supported him. And just a year ago, he won some kind of achievement award. I don't remember what kind of award it was. I don't know if it was like a VMA award for his lifetime achievements, some kind of icon award he won just last year, just a year ago, just in 2023. He won that award. And in 2023, these things were still, people were still talking about those things, about how shady he is. He has been nasty in our eyes for years, treating smaller artists terrible, being a male diva, being mean, a mean spirited person to other people. But that still would not stop him. And no matter how many people accuse him, that still would not stop him. He will still do great until the feds actually decided to give Cassie a chance to be heard. And Cassie did great by staying silent. I don't think it was the best thing to stay silent all those years, but I think it worked for her in a way that she was safe after that. Because if she spoke out earlier than that, if she spoke out without guaranteed security, without guaranteed justice, her life would have been in danger and we would not care about it. We would just let it happen. We would think she was lying. And when I say we, not me, because someone like Diddy, most of these men in the industry, anyone accuse them of something, I'm gonna believe it at first. People say you should not judge people by their behaviors or by their looks, things like that. But I'm gonna judge people by their behaviors. I'm sorry. Like the way you behave, how you treat people, I'm gonna believe certain things about you. Period. And a lot of this, let's say, okay, Chris Brown, for example, who has been like in trouble for putting hands on women. And whenever people talk about that, they think we're just talking about Rihanna, but Rihanna is not the only woman he put hands on. He has been abusing other women and even men. Like Chris Brown doesn't play. Like Chris Brown is not just any man. This man is very athletic. If he puts his hands on you, you better hope you can really fight. This man, not everyone can really, face this man because he's like very athletic and he's very violent. So just imagine this man putting hands on you. Don't imagine it for real, but I'm just saying, just imagine it. And he has been very violent towards women, and not just women, but towards other men. And I think just a couple of months ago, I think it's less than a month ago, he was exposed for beating a man, making his securities beat a man up, things like that. And I think that thing is in court, but people don't care. Yeah, people don't. That's the same thing I'm talking about. People don't care about that. Yeah. So if someone tells me Chris Brown did something, I'm automatically going to believe it because he has a violent past. This man has a violent past, so this is not above him. And that's the same thing with Tory Lanez when Megan Thee Stallion accused him, I automatically believe Megan Thee Stallion because this man, he was walking around punching people. He just acts violent. Yes, I'm going to believe it. I'm gonna have to stereotype you by the way you act. People need to start paying attention to red flags in people's past. Okay, people want always saying things like forget the past, forget this, for please. This is not realistic. People need to start paying attention to those red flags. Stop giving violent men, stop giving violent people, not just men, but stop giving violent people, stop giving people with red flags second chances or more opportunities to keep ruining more people's lives. Okay, and those people in the industry who are acting like they are so concerned now, they are not really concerned, especially 50 Cent. Like, he's acting like he's so concerned, but 50 Cent, he has one interest in this situation, and it's himself. This narcissist, he only cares about himself. He doesn't care about Diddy's victims. He only cares about himself. That's what really matters to him. He doesn't like Diddy. He wanna see Diddy going down, but he doesn't care. He would probably do the same thing. 50 Cent is an industry bully. He will go out of his ways to bully smaller artists. He's an industry bully. I see a lot of people, whenever somebody talk about 50 Cent, especially women, they are so quick to defend this man. But 50 Cent is the type of man who would probably watch a woman getting bullied and laugh at it and probably participate in it too. That's the type of person he is. Like, he's a bully himself. Okay? He only cares about the Diddy's thing because he doesn't like Diddy. He doesn't like Diddy, but that's not because he's a good person. Uh, and I know it's only a matter of time before somebody before people start coming out accusing 50 Cent of doing things. It might not be the same thing as Diddy because Diddy is like a next level crazy. It might not be the same thing, but it's only a matter of time. Why not? 50 Cent is a felon. Like, he's a former felon. If he wasn't lucky enough to be successful in music and get some money in music, he would probably be in the street selling drugs or killing people, shooting people, things like that, just the way he started. He would probably be doing that. A lot of these rappers, a lot of these artists that are trying to act like good people, they would probably be doing that same thing they are used to. If they used to do it before, Akon, now Akon is trying to act like he's like a good leader, talking down on women like he's such a good leader, like he's an alpha male thing. Akon, don't forget Akon. Hey, Akon, he was a thief before. He was hijacking people's cars. He was selling drugs. He was stealing people's cars. And y'all trusted this felon, this former felon, and invested, gave your money to him so he could build cities. And where is that city now? Where is that city now? And people are not complaining, oh, like that was a scam, things like that. Y'all trusted him. Why not? And as some of you may know, I'm from Haiti, and a similar thing happened in Haiti when there is a former president. He's like the pop star who became president of Haiti. If you look up the Haitian pop star president, you will see him. And yeah, his name is Michel Martelly. And before he was president, this man was living in the US. He was selling the white lady. I'm not gonna say it. He was selling that drug, and he was also hijacking people's cars. And it's not rumors, it's not just speculations. He said it with his own mouth in an interview. There is an interview of him saying it, and the way he's saying it like he's a changed man. He's confessing what he has done, things like that. And people still voted for this guy. And I know the election was stolen, blah, 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 but he still had a lot of fans. At the time that this man won the election, I was still in Haiti. He still had a lot of fans. People were celebrating. And I remember this man did a rally in the city that I used to live in, my hometown. And it was a big thing. Like when you're receiving, like the rallies in Haiti are more fun than the rallies in the US. The rallies in the US are boring, but the rallies in Haiti, they are like the RNC or the DNC. So like whenever that candidate is coming in that city, you would see like those bands on the streets, those traditional things. I don't know the correct vocabulary to use to describe them, but it's like a big event. Like it's a big, very big event. And yes, you would see like people dancing, all kinds of things. And this thing was so popular. Like he had other pop stars with him endorsing him, things like that. And I remember that. I was young, but I still remember like this man had people screaming like people genuinely loved this man, to be honest. The election was allegedly stolen and given to him in his favor, and he was the elected president. And people say that he was not the one who won the election. I believe this rumor, actually. I believe he was not the one who won the election, but he still had a lot of people willing to vote for him. Okay, yeah, just imagine trusting somebody with all those red flags, and then when things go wrong and you complaining about it. What did you expect? This man was worse than Sexy. Like Sexy Red is clean compared to this man. Sexy Red is clean. Like the things that this man are saying, this is not my booty hole brown. It's not that. It's worse than that. Okay, it is worse than that. Like it's 10 times worse. Even the English vocabulary is too weak to find words heavy enough to describe what this man has been saying with his mouth. And even when he was running for president, he was still using slurs to curse his opponents, like to curse people out. He's like the type of person, if he's doing like some interview, he will not be scared to curse you out. Okay, on a live radio thing. And I remember like he was doing some kind of radio interview, and they had to cut him off on here because he was about to say something about somebody's mama. Yeah, yeah, just imagine like why would you trust somebody like that? You trust somebody like that with all those red flags, and then later you complain, oh, this person has stolen this. Of course he's gonna steal the government money. What did you expect? Like if he was stealing people's cars, then what did you expect? Cat Williams have been warning us about 2024, and I think more people are going down. It's not gonna be just Diddy, it's going to be others. And even the people you are protecting, like Kanye West, people are so protective of Kanye West, they always see him as the victim. I don't think this man is always the victim. I think he's a narcissist. Yeah, he's all about himself. He wants to be a god. He wants to be a god. Like he is all about himself. And he has a lot of red flags. And people even expose him, but nobody care. People expose him for being a sex freak. His employees expose him for being a sex freak, but people don't care because he's Kanye West. He can't do any wrong. Yeah, I think his time is coming too. Sooner or later, a lot of these Hollywood people, yeah, just don't act like you care when you saw all the red flags, when you heard other people complain and did not care before. Okay? It's just very hypocritical. People have been trying to warn us for years. Their behaviors are red flag to us and we just ignore it.